Evening. Stavros. It's wonderful to see so many people here tonight for the Bridegroom services. I'm happy to welcome the Honorable Adamandia Klotza, the Consul General of Greece. Thank you, Kyrie Proxena, for coming here and praying with us. And I'm thankful to the young ladies who serve as our maidens tonight, and to the altar boys and to our psaltists for singing so beautifully. A rhetorical question. I want you to think this through tonight. Who or what do you bow down to? Who or what do you bow down to in your life? The prayer that we just offered is called the prayer of Saint Ephrem the Syrian specifically. And Saint Ephrem's prayer is about repentance. And the way that you remember repentance means change. And so in this prayer, we change our posture from one that stands tall and proud to one that is humble and bowed down, even to the point of putting our own minds on the ground. That's the rubrics of how to offer this prayer. And so I asked the altar boys to come out and to pray with me that prayer as a way for you guys, especially, to think, along with everybody else, who is it that you bow down to? Or what is it that you bow down to? What is it that commands your respect? What is it that takes your time? Do you bow down every day to the Lord in prayer? Are you thinking about bowing down to the Lord in your high school classes, your junior high classes? When you're gossiping about somebody, when you're angry, do you think about bowing down to the Lord? Or are we bowing down to something else? Are we bowing down to anger? Are we bowing down to disappointment? Are we bowing down to our computers or our iPads or our sports heroes? What is it that we're bowing down to? Because everyone bows down to something. Everyone has something that's at the head of their life. There's no one who goes around and their life is like a white sheet of paper with no expression on it. Everybody has something that's the guiding force of their life. And that's the thing that we bow down to. That's the thing that we spend our time on. So we have to think, what is that thing that we're spending our time on? What is the thing that we're bowing down to? And if it's not Christ, then what is it? Who have we put there, or what have we put there that stands at the front of our life? Now, as we were chanting a hymn, if you look in your Holy Week book, on page 68, I like the way that this hymn is written. It's on the top of page 68, under the word apostica, which is a type of hymn. All right, and it says, "Come you faithful, let us eagerly work for the Master." And the hymn is written to all of us. It's not singling anybody out. It's not me, the priest, saying to you, the faithful, you do this. It's not the parent saying to you, the child, do this. It's not the authority figure saying to you, the subservient one, do this. It is God saying to all of us, come you, the faithful, all of you, whether you're the priest, the consul general, the mom and the dad, or the little kid. All of us come together, and let's do something together. Now, we're not going to do our individual things together. And it says that. It says, let one of you be graced with wisdom through good works, and let another one of you celebrate a service of splendor. Hopefully that's me. Let another one faithful to the word communicate to the uninstructed. We need teachers. Let another one distribute wealth to the poor. Let another one increase his grace in some way. Let everyone do something. So you, the individuals, everyone does something. Everyone has something to do. Everyone has some talent that God gave you. Everybody has that. But then if you continue down here, for thus we shall increase what is entrusted to us. Not, I'm going to increase what's entrusted to me. Here we talk as a whole society level. Everyone in this building has a different talent. But collectively, we are supposed to do something with our me's. We're supposed to do something for the betterment of all of us. That's the responsibility that everybody has. Everybody has an individual gift, but everybody has a collective responsibility to use that gift for the greater whole. There's no such thing in God's language as equality. There's no such thing. That's a product of political correctness in the women's movement and civil rights movement. There's no one is equal on any metric. No two people are equal on any metric. So you take equality and throw that out. That's our concept. God's concept is mutuality. Everyone got something different, And the thing that everybody got is of infinite value in the eyes of God. So everybody got something different, but we're all supposed to throw it into the pot together in order to make the world go. All right? And the only way that this is held together is if we all bow down to the same thing. I guess that's where the equality is. We all bow down to the same thing, in the same time, in the same way. We're all bowing down to God. And then we're taking the individual things that God gave us, and we're using those to help one another. See, in the gospel lesson tonight, which is very negative, because Christ is pointing out the flaws of all the people that were supposed to be the leaders of his church. And he said, the problem with all of you people is that you sit in the chair and you tell people, you do this, and you do this, and you do this, but you're not doing it yourself. Right? So in God's world, we don't need to have kings and dictators. We need to have teachers who are also students. Everyone is a student. Even the teachers are students. And everyone also has the capacity to be a teacher. But we're supposed to make it all about him. We're not bowing down in this church to a nice picture of wood. We're not bowing down to beautiful icons. We're not even bowing down to beautiful people. We're bowing down to the Lord himself, and he's what makes everything beautiful. This church isn't beautiful because it's got beautiful paintings. This church is beautiful because it's got beautiful people who are bowing in the same direction to the same beautiful and powerful Lord. That's the lesson of tonight. Who are we bowing down to? All these people in the Jewish temple, they were bowing down to material things. Who's got the nicest stole? Who's got the broadest fringe on it? Who's got the best seat? They're all bowing down to the wrong stuff. We need to be bowing down to the Lord. And see, when we all bow together, guys, that looks good because everyone's on the same page. When everyone gets on the same page with Christ and says, we're going to bow to him and then we're going to bow to each other, then the world works well. But when one person says, I'm not going to bow, or I'm going to stand and walk away, or I'm just going to turn around, or why should I do that? Then the world has chaos in it. So tomorrow, when you go to school, when you go to work, when you go to wherever it is you go, keep the image of Christ in front of you and say, I bow down to that, and I bow down to nothing but that. And bowing down to Christ, it does change my life. And when we prayed this prayer, Saint Ephrem, we asked God, we bowed down to God, and we said, deliver me from the spirit of indolence. That's impatience, ingratitude, meddling. People go and they gossip, idle talk, vain ambition. Deliver me from these things, and instead replace those things with prudence, that's wisdom, humility, patience, and love. It doesn't say intelligence, it doesn't say material wealth. It says, give me prudence, humility, patience, and love. Because if I have all those things, then I've really got everything. And if I don't have those things, then whatever I have isn't worth much of anything. And yes, Lord and King, grant that I may see my own faults and not judge my brother. Let me first see what I'm doing wrong before I go and open my mouth to say what you're doing wrong. If I focus on what I'm doing wrong and I leave you alone in what you're doing wrong, and we're all focusing on that, then we're all bowing down to God in humility instead of promoting ourselves in an egotistical way. That's the lesson of tonight. Who do we bow down to? And everybody got something. Everybody got a talent. Everyone has some ability to contribute to the greater good, to the greater whole. Thank you guys for your assistance. Thank you, young ladies, for your assistance tonight. I know that as you grow up, you may not totally comprehend what it is we're doing tonight, but as you grow up and you see this year after year, you're going to say, you know what, I took that role as one of the God's wise servants, and let me go out of my life and be one of God's wise servants tomorrow in whatever I'm doing. Tomorrow we'll celebrate 2 services here. We'll have the pre-sanctified liturgy in the morning at 9, and we'll have the bridegroom service at 6:30. The choir will sing tomorrow, the hymn of Cassiani, of course. And thank you for coming and sharing in a beautiful service tonight. God bless you and be with you.